Everybody, welcome back to the channel. I'm here with my friend Rick. We got a 2003 Mitsubishi Galant, and the fuel pump has gone out on it. Now, the classic sign the fuel pump's gone out on it, if you can crank on it and it won't start up. And then every once in a while, you can come over here to the back and you can take your foot and you smack that fuel tank. It'll jar it, and then sometimes it'll fire up. So that's what's happening with this. Every once in a while it'll work, every once in a while it won't. And it's finally, we said it's enough, let's replace the fuel pump. Yeah. So to get the back seat out here, I don't know if you're gonna be able to see it, but there's these little levers. You stick your finger under and you pull like that. These guys right here.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, it's hard to see in the camera, but you pull these little levers on both ends, and then the seat pops right up. And we can pull this out and set that off to the side. And then this guy is your fuel pump. 4 screws and you get to the top of it. This is a much better than you can see it when we pull it up like that.
Okay. Oh yeah.
Yeah, you can just put it right back down on
Okay,
it.
yeah, that'll work.
And then on the top of this, you're gonna have a little connector. Once we figure out how the connector works. There we go. Push the little button, pull it out. Same thing over here. There we go. Alright, so we got both the connectors off. You got the connector for the fuel pump, and then your mount connector here that sits there that connects all the wires. One of these is going to be going to the front, and the other one's for the sending unit, one's for the actual pump. And then you've got your low pressure line here that's only held on by like a clamp, and then this one here has got a special connector on it, and if you look, you can push in and you squeeze on the side here and the side there, squeeze those together, or squeeze it together here and then pull this off. Now there's going to be some pressure on this, a little bit of fuel pressure if you had just run the car, but if you've run the fuel all the way out of it, it may not be. So just be aware of that going into it. Maybe you want a rag or something close by so that way you can absorb it, but that may have some pressure on it. So we're going to see here once and squeeze that and see how it goes here. This is a delicate part here because we don't want to break this plastic piece. There we go. Alright. Camera down. See how it's starting to come out a little bit?
Oh yeah.
There was a little pressure there, but I think that was it. So not too bad. There we go. And we'll leave that off. Twist it to break it free, and then just slide it off just like that. So now the fuel lines have been disconnected. Electrical lines have been disconnected. The only thing left is this ring that holds the fuel pump in. And you just take your flat tip screwdriver and tap on that gently all the way around and then unscrew it. And taking goes. Careful these lines here too. Once they start to get to a certain point, you might get. Yeah. There we go. Okay, now that I've fought with this for 15 minutes, what we did, that supply line, before you unscrew this ring too far, push that back here and then slip the ring out. So you have to be centered in the hole to get it out. So what you didn't see was me sitting here fiddling around with it. That would have been boring. So cutscene, we got it off. Now the next part, put this back on here. is the pump. You just pull this straight up now out of the tank if you can. You may need to pry a little bit with something. There we go. And now on the bottom of this, there's going to be a float for your fuel sending unit. So you can't just rip it straight out of here. You kind of have to kind of pull it up and pull it out at an angle. And you can see down in there, there's a little metal rod. Pull it out at an angle like this, and then out of the tank. There we go. Pump is out, and then right out here. There we go. Okay, got the pump out. Always compare the old pump with the new pump. Make sure the fittings and connectors and everything are going to line up right. So this pump was a AutoBest from rockauto.com. It's $109 on the website for the pump, and sending unit assembly about $22 shipping or something like that, or $12 shipping. So altogether it came out to about $122. Now you can get just the pumps themselves that are inside this case on Rock Auto also, but I don't advise that because they're not that much cheaper, and then you have to do like twice the work, because then you have to break your old case open and then fiddle around with the wires and make sure you get the wires connected. It's just easier just to buy the whole thing. You've got the whole thing out anyway. I recommend just doing it. So once you got to this point here, it comes with a float. You're gonna take and put your float on it, and that kind of sits in this guy here. And then it connects into the clamps. And if you have any questions, you can just refer to the old pump and just do it the exact same way that one is. As you can see, exact match. So that's really it. Pre-assembly basically done. So now we just drop this back into the car. Okay, one thing they don't send with the new pumps, what I wish they would, is this little plastic clip that stays behind on here, because you need that for the new one. And they're fragile sometimes if they've been in the vehicle for a long time. So what you do is take a little screwdriver and just very gently pry up on the tabs, and to get it around the ring here, and just be very careful not to put too much pressure on it. And if you feel like you're gonna break it, just stop, reassess, because if you break this, then you gotta go find one of these guys. And yeah, so if you guys are watching this and you make these pumps, please start sending these and make everyone's life easier. Or if you know, buy it ahead of time, which I should have known better as I'm saying it. There we go. Got it off. All right. And then putting it back on is easy. Then you can just slip it back on. There we go. Now, reassembly is basically reverse order. You stick the float down in here first, like that. And you stick the pump in sideways, making sure all your lines are out of the way. Make sure your plastic seal's in place, and then set it down in the same orientation that you got it out, so that way you can hook the lines up. And sometimes this can be a bear because that plastic seal has to kind of go in a little bit and fit in the slot. There we go. So you'll notice when you're pushing it in here, it's spring loaded. So when you push it down, you're going to get resistance. So that's why it took us so long to get the ring out of there, because it was pushing up on it.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay, got the ring pounded all the way around. You just keep hitting it until it feels like it's pretty tight, and then you're good to go. And then you attach your fuel lines up here. This is your return line.
I'm gonna get you if you want me to hold the light.
There you go. All right. That connects back over here. Oh, next to there. All right, got the pump in. Everything's connected up. Hoses, lines. We're not gonna put the panel on it yet. What we're gonna do is we're gonna turn the key on and see if we can hear it pumping. All right, you ready? Oh, it's pretty quiet. And it's a really quiet pump. But it's not like an old school car either.
No.
Those old school cars, you can hear those pumps, but this one, I gotta hear it clicking. It's really soft, but you can't hear it. Probably the camera can't hear it. So, yeah, let's see what happens here. Oh, your battery's too far dead. Yeah. All right, let's get the jump.
Camera died. You guys didn't get to see the rest of that, but we jump started as a car and it worked. So, fuel pump installation on a 2003 Mitsubishi Galant. If you like what I do on this channel, please consider subscribing and then hit that like button for me. All right, we'll see you guys in the next one.